Hello there. Whoop, let me. I don't know why I need earphones, so I'm just talking to myself. All right, let me make sure we're working here. Can anybody hear me? I hope so. So hopefully everybody here has watched the chapter 3. Came on a few minutes early, I guess. I think this is live. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Hey there, Michael Reed. How you doing? Yeah. Without a doubt, that was a quick little surprise, if anything. We did get to see our Bomar monks in the one scene there before the palace. Let's see if this works. So I do this every time. All right, hey, thanks, Shane. I thought it was easier to share pictures here if I just went up here. Just didn't know that works. All right, so I believe that's working. I don't know if it's much of a filler episode. The flashbacks were short, sweet, I guess, if you want to put it that way. We did start off in the the current timeline, and we ended in the current timeline. So we got mostly current timeline in this particular chapter 3, 38 minutes, I think it said it was. So we had this actor make an appearance. I didn't know he was supposed to show up on this show, so that was it. That was interesting. I think we'll see him again now. All right. Well, I didn't realize I couldn't just. All right, so we got our introduction into the youth gang with droid parts. Looking for his red stapler. Yeah, this was pretty interesting, though. So I wonder if that's going to be someone of relation to anyone, or if it's just a brand new character or another character from the legends that we haven't seen in live action yet. Okay, so let me try this again without. Didn't know that I couldn't just go to the next window and this wouldn't automatically show it. Okay, now it does. Okay, so we got to see Boba riding a bantha for the first time. Yeah, we got to see the Star Wars Vespa gang, the youth gang. Yeah, that's actually what he called them too. Oh, it's Linda. Welcome, Linda. Hopefully you watched the episode. So yeah, this was the start of that Tuscan scene, and we got to see everyone. I think we got to see everyone. There might have been someone we didn't see in this particular scene, or coming up later in the other scenes. Rolling into Mos Espa on his bantha, and then this army looking guy was kind of new, and he's putting these up. So this time frame's kind of matching to right before we see Mando walking down the street is what I'm thinking. So we're getting closer. I don't think it's years now. I think he's spent his time with the Tuscans, and we may not know how long that time was, but it looks like it was a long time. And I don't know if anyone else caught this in the background, but that's who you think it is from The Mandalorian. I didn't get a very good shot of that. Bit of a flashback to Mando season 1. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's cutting really close because there's that little comedian chick with her pit droids walking down the street. So this is a returning character. Didn't see her mentioned in the credits though. I did kind of look for that, but I thought that was a pretty cool cameo to see. I was looking for more like her. And his mission was to see the Pikes in their little fancy place here. So it seemed like he was speaking for all the Tuscans, or was he just speaking for the one tribe? So hopefully these aren't out of order. But yeah, of course, hopefully everyone was a little bit sad when he came back to this. This was quite surprising to me, and I didn't see this coming at all. I don't know what you guys thought, but I think that's the end of those flashbacks. To be, straight up honest, like there's nothing more to show when it comes to that. So yeah, that was definitely the Debbie Downer part of the episode, if you ask me. I don't know what you guys thought, but in that saying that, we saw the chieftain. Unfortunately, we saw the chieftain had perished, and what we're guessing is that the Neatco biker gang. That's seems to be the next people Boba's got to visit, or was it the Pikes? Playing dirty. But during this scene, all these scenes, you would think they would have shown the Tuscan warrior. So I'm thinking she's still alive because they didn't show her dead. And if she was dead, I'm pretty sure they would have showed that scene. It would have been very emotional for him, as it obviously was. So I do hope we get to see her again. That's going to be pretty cool. She seems to be a key character in his life. No, I don't think we saw her body. That's what I'm kind of saying. We did see the chieftain, and we did see him toss, the child's stick, but we didn't see, you know, not saying she is alive, but chances are she's alive is what I'm saying. I still think, whoa, jumped ahead, but let's go. I still think she's somebody we might already know from another storyline. And then this is the abrupt end to the flashback because he's waking up in his bathtub, his back to bathtub. So very, very excited to see this guy again right away because by far the highlight of last episode, and we got to see a fight. Like, we got to see a real fight. He kicked the shit out of Boba, and then he got help from 5 little gang members, and eventually his teammate Fennec helped him out with dropping him down to the Rancor pit, which I wasn't sure if something was going to happen there or not either, but it dropped him. It works for that purpose as well. Yeah, I definitely think so as well. I was thinking that all along. I'm thinking he's another bounty hunter. He's more of an ally than an enemy, because I think they work together in the comics. But yeah, the best part is seeing that eventually he did leave on good terms. So we'll see him again. Is what I'm saying. Good to see a nice spread at the palace. I didn't see any Easter eggs in here, but if you saw something important, let me know. Just more of a talking scene, but yeah, very cool to see the twins. The twins showing back up on off planet to visit Boba, and they brought a gift, which was another key moment that I was really excited about. Because I heard rumors of a certain actor making an appearance, and he made an appearance. We get to see Danny Trejo as a Rancor keeper trainer, Machete himself. So that was pretty fantastic, and we get to see. Looks like we're going to see a training montage, training a certain bounty hunter how to ride this guy, or girl. I don't know if they mentioned the sex of the Rancor, but yeah, this is awesome. It was great CG too, and I like to see what kind of practical effect is used in any of this episode. Yeah, and it's like, why didn't he pull out a gun at all? He wanted to go hand to hand combat with everybody. Um, didn't seem very fair when everyone else had weapons and he didn't. He pulled Boba out with his bare hands. I didn't even see his rifle in that episode at all. But yeah, this is pretty cool to see that. So I wonder, again, does he come from a family of Rancor keepers, trainers? Maybe not. Maybe so. But yeah, after all that, he let him go. The Huts didn't want him to, like, sell him back to the gladiators. I think we learned something about the Rancors. He mentioned the first human that he lays eyes on, it's his master. So they kind of did that scene into today's episode. No, I definitely don't think that's the last we see of the twins. I think the twins are the way we see other bounty hunters, which maybe they don't think are a pussy like the Black K was. Hey, Josh, thanks for stopping by, bud. Everything sounds good. Everyone can hear me blibber blabber about this episode. All right, let's keep going. What else I got here? I got a few more. I'm going to go through this pretty quick if I'm talking to myself. I am reading the chat and trying to keep up with everyone. Hit that poll so we can get an accurate, so we know if Josh likes it. Basically, it was a little slower, but it had a good fight scene, and you know, big guy made friends with a Wookiee. Nothing wrong with that, is there? Get some hellos. I'm in Vancouver, so I'm not sure who else stayed up till midnight or who's midday or morning. Yeah. We kind of heard the rumors of the Rancor was coming. Kind of heard the rumors Danny Trejo had a part as well. So it's really neat to see. It's an interesting role. I wonder if we get to see him. Oh, let's get back over there. Get to see him in action some more in the training, or if he becomes an ally with Boba as well. Kind of came with the trade, which is, is not like slave trading, or, you know, isn't he free to do what he wants? Just saying, eh? Just woke up. Isn't it like noon there? Well, if you haven't watched it yet, you can't be here. None of the porn bots showed up that subscribed from your channel, Mark. I'm surprised. Oh yeah, Shane's local as well. I have to stay up till midnight to watch new Star Wars content. Come on, we've waited all year long for this. You did like this one. That's good. I was heartbroken to see, the scene that Mark hasn't seen yet. So yeah, go come back in 38 minutes, Mark. We might still be here. Um, yeah, thanks. I appreciate it, buddy. But I'm about to show a picture of, things you shouldn't see. But you don't seem to be a big fan of this new Boba Fett show. I almost thought this was C-3PO when I first saw him. I thought he had like a pie in his face, but it's a new droid. I haven't seen this droid before. He's got paint on his face and some white stripes. So that was fun to see a protocol droid. And my guess is that would be the same actor who was playing Zero in The Mandalorian and some of the other protocol droids. That's kind of his gig now. Cinematography, what was definitely really good. There were some good scenes of him riding that bantha. I could watch that for 20 minutes straight of him going down the stands. But about that, why didn't he take a speeder bike? What happened to those? Probably get that done in an hour if he had a speeder bike. I could have took him all day. Oh, something might be out of order here, but they went to the mayor's office and didn't have any luck finding the mayor. It's like he wasn't there. But I thought this car was, looked like something George Lucas would have picked up. It's got the grill of the Luke's land speeder and, some Cadillac or fancy Buick headlights. I always like these vehicles. That could be a toy very easily. Yeah, this one I noticed there was two. Um, I don't know, not cinematographers, but directors of photography for this episode. So I don't. That's not normal. So I wonder if that had something to do with, you know, the common flu, whatnot. That was something I noticed. Uh, who did direct this episode? Was this a Favreau episode? Oh, Blue staying here. He's gonna get spoiled. Yeah, I thought that was the main reason to get your friends in the shows. But he is pretty cool, and I like him, and I like to know that he's in a Star Wars universe now. He's a pretty cool dude. Yeah, the bantha was pretty rad. So I wonder if he keeps a bantha in his stable now as Boba Fett. And through that chase, we also saw some more of the you know Biff Biff they're called, I think, these species, but maybe it's retired. Friggin' Dan or some of his brothers. And we saw a good chunk of these guys come off, international flight, I guess. So these guys seem to be the main bad guys so far. Chase was a lot. I thought Back to the Future, especially when he kind of went into the basket full of fruit and whatnot, and he tore up that street all by himself. That one guy, that one clerk of the mayor, pretty good driver. Right? What do you think? Yeah, definitely. This one was Rodriguez. Okay. I believe that with the action and the fight scene. Okay, don't got too many more here. But yeah, Stephen Root, he was in that first scene. What's he from? He wasn't from The Office. He was from um, like Office Party, Office something. and Sophie Thatcher. Now, I believe that's the chick with the robot arm, if I'm not mistaken. Mark might know that, because I believe she's British. Um, and I was looking for, band patches. I kind of, don't really recognize some of these graphics. I don't know if that's another robotic part or she's just got her arm, but they all had something different. Can't have the same robot part as your buddy. Um, but yeah, this is probably the part that Hasbro wished was, you know, public before they announced their damn HasLab that didn't make any toy rankers for us all. But I do agree. I think HasLab, realistically, why couldn't they? Like, who's gonna hate them for it? They're gonna get nothing but love from collectors and fans who will want to get it the first time, and they'll acquire a whole new batch of sales because of what we just saw and what we're going to see in the next few episodes. I believe Office Space, that was the name of that. Yeah, yeah. So the funny guys are going to be kind of comical characters, I guess. Yeah, they were all pretty flashy though. They all had some chrome. I think I noticed some chrome, which I think is pretty cool to see on in Star Wars. um, I don't know if we've seen chrome in Star Wars before, but yeah, the gift here, and then what's to come with Boba saying like, "Today I want to learn how to ride the Rancor. Training starts today." Yeah, they kind of reminded me of the Power Rangers, just because they all had a different color speeder. If I don't have a picture of those yahoos, oh, I think it's got them standing on the street. Yeah, but there was like a blue one, a red one, and a yellow one. So yeah, that gave me that Power Ranger vibe, definitely. But I guess now they work for Boba Fett, so will they be any? And they're obviously pretty good in a fight. They helped capture the Black Chrysanthemum, um, who I would think wouldn't be too easy by Boba by himself because Boba sounded like he was getting some bones broken. And we also saw Boba offer up the Bacta tank to his Gamorrean guard there, so that was pretty cool. I like that because he took, I don't know what he took, just a throw, or that Black Cranston took a couple of chops with an axe, though. I saw that. Yeah, I think now we know who all these dinner guests are when uh, Boba Fett was talking about, the three different species, the three different races: the walrus men, the boss creatures, the Trandoshans, um, and was it the bike, whatever the race was, because they ran part of the town, um, the Neatcos. And I noticed from watching one of the trailers from last week's episode showing that dining table scene we're talking about here, all parties had some beefy security with them, kind of hiding in the shadows. There was a couple of Trandoshans with some big rifles, and there was a couple of big walrus men with which I haven't seen some big beefy Aqualish guys before. Which I'm thinking maybe we'll see Bosk in that scene as well. She does a little bit. There's a lot of those characters with the black hair that kind of have that, you know, Alita feel, her included. But also, what's it? Charlize Theron did a movie where she was a robot, wasn't she? Yeah, they're totally like Vespas. I wonder why they got that design from. Why they thought it was Star Wars. Like, I think it works. It seems like it's in a different era though, or maybe from a different planet. I don't know that they will be fed to him. I think they will threaten them and they will call the bluff and be proven wrong. maybe only one or two die as a lesson. Um, yeah, I definitely think everyone but her could be potential people dying right away. We saw that Tuscan leader. We didn't think it was a candidate to be lost right away. Um, I thought he was going to be someone pretty important because his mask was very Vader-esque and fancy. Like it wasn't torn and shredded like everyone else's kind of was. Yeah, definitely. Like spy teenage kids maybe. Um, but I don't know. I we haven't seen, as far as we know, as far as I know, we haven't seen these characters in comic books or video games, unless this character is going to be another character from Legends. Yeah, he was kind of talking about the cyborgs before we even showed anyone. But that's what made me know he was talking about her right away. So now I want a Bantha toy. Um, but yeah, this I wonder if this means we're gonna see her talk to Boba. Oh, let me park my slave one here while I go to the cantina and you know talk to Mayor Hammerhead. But yeah. So now let's see who else thinks that the Tuscan female is alive, and why wouldn't she be if they didn't show her? Think Bosk will turn out to be working for the Oh, of course he will. Like why? Either that or the Huts. The Huts hire more than one bounty hunter because they almost got Boba. And did the Huts admit to doing it? They did apologize. So the Huts have tried to assassinate Boba more than once by the looks of it. Yeah, Bosk was high on my list of counter action figures and Empire Strikes Back characters I'd like to see return. All of those bounty hunters, but Bosk more. I have a feeling we'll see another IG unit. It might not be IG-88, but whichever IG unit it is, we know who's going to voice it. And I think that would be pretty cool if we see IG again. Yeah, that was pretty sad. That was what looks like our last flashback there. And this was very reminiscent of, Vader's funeral pyre as well. Um, and it did look like he threw his own gaffy stick in the fire, which wouldn't make sense because he had a gaffy stick when he, met the Mandalorian. So maybe that was the Tuscan Chiefs or the person that helped him build it. Because the only recognizable, dead Tuscan we did see was the chieftain. Yeah, I kind of thought for a second maybe there was a Rancor going to show up, but yeah, let me. I think we see the female Tuscan's gaffy stick thrown in the fire with the child's. It's possible. I'm quite surprised they wouldn't show her, so we know for a fact she's dead and cry again, because we would have cried again if we saw her. We have to just assume they're all dead or some of them survived because they weren't a very big tribe, and there was lots of younger Tuscans as well. Yeah, it's definitely the Chiefs because he had you know the the fanciest looking mask, like nice and clean, the strap up the head, the Jedi looking breather. But there wasn't a scene like this focused on her, so I'm thinking she's alive and he'll see her again. And it's Omega. Yeah. Yeah, it did look like he threw his in. He thought about it. Definitely had the little ones tucked like inside, like he was like it was a backup. Good point. Like, I don't know if I have that photo, but uh, yeah, we know he had one because when he meets up with the Mando finally, he does have a rifle and a gaffy stick, and I'm assuming a blaster because he has, you know, a belt full of ammunition. Um, unless the ammunition is just for his blaster. So, I did put a link up if anyone does want to hop on, so I'm not talking to myself. It would be it would be cool. Just pop that in there again. Everyone can wipe their tears for the loss of the Tuscan Raider camp. Yeah, so it seems like some people think she is she did die. It would be very sad if that was the case. Not that it wasn't sad, but um, she seems tough, being a clone of Django and all. Yeah, and from one of the previous trailers, we do see, Boba kind of go to the hangar where the slave one is, and I'm thinking, yeah, you're right. We do have a few more flashbacks. Um, they seem to show the same flashback um, when he's a kid on the water planet there. Every time, that's the exact same scene. So I thought that was kind of weird, but I guess dreams are like that. You dream the same thing over and over. But I would like to see a different era. Perhaps a 1984 flashback would be cool. But yeah, so now we're kind of all those predictions saying Boba's going to be riding a Rancor. We know Boba's going to be riding a Rancor. If he's training to ride a Rancor, he's going to ride a Rancor, trained by the one and only Machete. Machete is in Star Wars. It's canon. I didn't hear anyone name this Rancor. I didn't hear the word Moochie. Did anyone hear if this is a female or a male Rancor? Is there a way to tell? It looks like it's got some nice horns here on its chin. But yeah, Boba wants to ride. I think we're getting close because in one of those, while he was in the Mos Espa, we see the little short comedian lady and her pit droids walking down the street. So, not that that means it couldn't be 5 years from it still. I think we're getting really close though. Now that he's got nowhere to live, like his camp is gone. Oh, that's all good, Josh. I hear you, buddy. I hope everyone's doing okay in your new accommodations, and those don't have to last for as many months as originally predicted, because that's always tough to have a change like that. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I think he did mention the sex because it was easier or they were calmer. So maybe the females are more badass. Wonder if Boba helps Mando because he sees his dealings with the Tuscans. Um, Possibly he might see that in a new flashback because we know Mando he's communicated with the Tuscans, so he's obviously had good dealings with them before, as he can communicate with them. So he doesn't shoot them like he tends to shoot the Jawas. So Mando, I don't think has good relations with Jawas though, but definitely with the Tuscans as we've seen. Yeah, because I believe Muchi was a female, but I don't know. Am I just saying that because sounds like a girly name? I somehow think it is Muchi. Like, why not tie that in? It would be just neat if you did, and kind of silly if he didn't. And where was this? Did they bring this on a spaceship with them, or do they just have these somewhere else on Tatooine? You know, waiting to give. I've never seen a human, so this one's still young, is what one of the comments I heard them say. I think it's Moochie. I'll have to go back and see if Moochie is a certain. I don't know. Maybe we see a young Danny Trejo with Moochie and Bib Fortuna, because it is animated. Maybe there's an animated version of him that we didn't catch on to. Yeah, that's a good point too. He wasn't blindfolded, but he was also seemed like a baby. This one looks like it's a full-size Rancor, like out of Return of the Jedi. They did say it was young, but it must be still full grown. This one hasn't seen anyone yet. Yeah, they mentioned the first human it sees is its master's imprinted on its mind. And we kind of saw that as it focused and saw the Boba Fett armor and the bald head. Called it a calf. That's what he called it. Okay, interesting. Maybe there's more. Moochie. So what do you think is going to happen now with the punk kids? Or sorry, not the punk kids, the Pikes. Are the Pikes the people who originally put a bounty on Boba Fett? Are these related to a crime syndicate with Kira involved? Yeah, so maybe Moochie's already been passed on, or worse. Oh, I did see a couple of reviews from guys that I follow, and they weren't complaining already. So that's a good sign that there's people not already diving out with the hate. Because I thought this was another great episode, and I'm glad I stayed up to watch it. I do wish it was a little longer. I would have liked to seen maybe a quick little riding montage. Not Bob. Bob Fortuna. He'll come up later. He's in a future episode. How many of you guys hit that poll? I can't see. I go to channel and poll. I can't see the results, but I see yes 100%. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign that everyone liked it. I think it's only going to get better. There was actually an interview I saw with, let's see if I can pull that up here, Tamura, where he mentions, let's see if I can do this properly.
But depends on what kind of fight, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Could go a lot of ways.
Okay, so can you guys hear this? I'm not really worried about
so very happy
getting in trouble for
and to
it.
get to be partnered up with the legendary Tim,
Solid
Ed
episode, absolutely,
Larson,
Connor. I enjoyed it.
aka Boba Fett. It's really
Kira probably
surreal.
has
It was a
bad
dream.
blood with them after what happened in Solo. Well, she's in
No, I didn't
charge,
think I'd
isn't
be
she?
back after the Attack of the Clones and playing Django. I had no idea that this would come to fruition, but
Just you guys can hear this, right? Can you confirm? We can hear. Okay, yeah, this is like a 2-minute interview, and he mentions the naming, or he mentions the name of the Slave One.
I did hear rumors when the actually I didn't hear any rumors, but I heard about the Mandalorian and that kind of world. So there was like a tinge of hopefulness, I guess, that someone may ring, and But yeah, that was about it. But there was no kind of thing. But then when I did the meeting with John Favreau and Dave Filoni, he outlined a few things. So yes, very excited just to make that comeback, especially in The Mandalorian, and get to meet everybody again. And then having this Book of Boba, come to fruition as well was just even amazing. And way cool. It was just way cool.
Yeah, I can imagine. Boba Fett's ship has been stripped of its name, so I was wondering, have you guys given any thought to what we could call Boba Fett's ship now?
I think we call it the Fire Spray. I think I've mentioned it in a couple of episodes. I'm trying to think. Fire Spray. I think it is a gunship now. That's what we're calling it. We're calling it a Fire Spray gunship. Yes.
I love it. Well, without spoiling anything, we've only seen 2 episodes. What are you most excited about? Fans,
the first time we've heard him say that.
The coming episodes of Book of Boba Fett.
Well, I just think we've been quite blessed that we actually didn't see Boba Fett do.
So he does mention it. It
much,
sounds like
so-
in a couple episodes.
It gives John and the writers and Dave and all them scope. It gives
Get to the
them,
gunship.
And this is where they're very, very
Get to the Fire
clever,
Spray.
because they have to make everything kind
In
of
my
make
New
sense in the
Zealand
Star
accent.
Wars world, and the Star Wars saga. So tying all those things together and creating this series and placing it where.
Seeing if I have 2 people on here talking,
the
then
whole
for
Star
sure I
Wars
don't
time
get in
frame.
any
It's just
copyright trouble
incredible,
because we're
and that
critiquing
took a
and
lot
we're
of thinking
we're
and a lot
talking
of
about how good this video is that the rat made.
workshopping and meetings, I'm sure. But I guess we're kind of blessed that Dave Filoni too. He's like he's got the mantle. He's got George Lucas's respect. So we're very, very blessed there. And him and John have worked so well together. To put all the pieces together. And
I
now
actually
we can
watched this
explore what's
episode
happening to
twice.
Boba and bring it to the world. We've only had
It was
episode 2, but it's going
35
to.
minutes.
I think just quietly, it's going to get bigger and better.
Oh,
Yes.
I can't wait. Well, thank you guys so much. It was such a thrill to get to chat with you.
Thank you
Thank
very much for your
you.
time.
Bye.
Really appreciate it.
Bye.
There was actually a different interview, I think with the same guy, or maybe a longer version. He mentioned some colorful characters show up, so that was a little tease because I can think of a few colorful characters. Say that 3 times fast. Cad Bane's blue. He's colorful. Who else? I can't say Darth Maul because I believe he's dead. Thrawn is blue. He's colorful. Is Bosk green and yellow jumpsuit? That's colorful. So we could see Bosk. Droids, Zuckuss and Forlom, they're not really too colorful. Kind of brown. But yeah, I wonder how we're gonna see and if we're gonna see the female Tusken warrior again, because I'm gonna call it right now. I don't think she's dead. Not by a long shot. I think that they would have showed her and it would have been a done deal. I want to learn more about these Camino flashbacks it keeps having. Maybe some more info about Django. Yeah, we don't really know much about Django, just stories. Like even a flashback of, I guess we couldn't get a Django flashback because that's not his memories. Yes, where he is being, he said colorful chaps. Yeah, that's interesting. Who else is colorful besides Cad Bane? Is Ahsoka colorful? Or any other cartoon characters from Filoniverse that are colorful? I think just Cad Bane, because we know there's a history. I like these new posters too. So who we get? Any new posters? Any new posters this week for new characters? Danny Trejo needs a poster. He needs a name too. I didn't see his name in the credits, like a character name. Who else? Who else didn't gets a poster? Tuscans got them last week, and those guys don't need a poster. I think that's really our only new character we get to see today is Danny Trejo. Well, returning character. We get the guy in the opening scene. Where do you go? Got Steven. We got this guy. All right, let's see if any things I made some notes. Streets of Mos Espa. Was there anything you didn't like in this episode, Josh? No, not just kidding, buddy. I wasn't. I guess my least favorite thing was seeing the Tuscans get killed, but I wouldn't say I didn't like that scene. It was well done. It was a surprise. It shocked me. I was sad. Yes, I believe that's the rumors. He's got that one episode. Yeah, that's some backstory too. But will we see that with Boba flashbacks? Or could that be a new story with Tamara Morrison? Even I would take that in animated form. I think I brought up all these points here. Now I'm gonna see. What's going on here? It's actually quite a few other people doing similar kind of shows. Mostly West Coasters, I believe, but so hopefully everyone's looking forward to next week as much as I am. I have to go watch this again before I go to bed tonight, that's for sure. Vespa Gang poster. Yeah, actually there's the new characters. Maybe they'll all be on one poster, I would think. Connection to Thrawn. Who's the connection to Thrawn? Is it the Pikes? They seem to have the numbers. I don't think it's going to be the Nico gang, which we didn't really see this episode, but we know they're one of the 3 factions that he will meet with. I'll get into that Thursday. Yeah, definitely. There's got to be someone's going to connect to Thrawn. I think it's going to be Mando before it's Boba, because he's got the connection with the Darksaber, and now Moff Gideon and Ahsoka as well. I don't believe Boba's met any of those people. It was very Back to the Future. It was comedy like he tore up that street with that freaking speeder. I'm assuming speeders are supposed to fit down those streets without tearing it apart. Next 4 episodes better be fantastic, man, because they seem to get better every one. This might have been the one, the slower. No, I still think the first one's a slower episode. Perhaps Morgan Elsbeth will show up on a mission from Thrawn. Is that an actor? I'm not familiar with that name. I kind of want to, see what happened to that female Tuscan, and maybe there's other Tuscans that got away, or another tribe. Another tribe could have done it too, but I don't think so. Stay tuned. Book of Jango to come soon. Well, do you think they do announce another spin-off on, at the end credits of Chapter 7? If not a spin-off, I think a little tease for The Mandalorian next chapter, and maybe they even change the name of it. Because I believe that's not even what's next. I think Obi-Wan is next. That's the chick Ahsoka fought. Oh, okay. Is she a killer, a hunter, assassin? I guess she could be alive at this point, right? We haven't gone to that point with Ahsoka yet. I hear what you're saying. The Beskar spear. Boba might not know anything about that as well. That painting that painting. I tried to get a picture of it, but I was watching it and I didn't want to pause it at all. That was pretty cool to go through that. If it was a Ralph McQuarrie, that's a beautiful shout out. Sad that it got destroyed. Yeah, definitely. What other Easter eggs? I thought I heard a Salacious rum monkey, but I didn't see one. She deals with the underworld. I see. Yeah, that painting. Other Easter egg. I noticed that she's not dead. That's what I noticed. She's not dead. He's got a big axe hole in his back, so maybe he goes to a back to tank as well. Easter eggs. There's a new droid. Boba Fett had a droid feeding him. I haven't seen that black and kind of red droid before. And he told him to go, patrol. Well, we did get 2 cameos and some new characters in the Teen Gang. That was pretty cool. Not sure what else I could talk about here by myself. I can double check. No, that didn't go through. So it looks like 100% in the poll is going to be the final. I'm going to leave it at that because you can't vote on replay, can you? I doubt we'll see Black K again. Maybe not the twins either. I don't know. They didn't make a deal to not come back, did they? He told them not to, but he already told them to leave once, and they still came back. Same droid in the beginning showing the map. Yeah, that's the same droid. 88 with the same voice. Matt Berry, I believe his name is. Yeah, could they have a Black K spinoff show? I don't know. I don't know. I think they got 3 or 4 shows in the works that they got to concentrate on, and spin-offs will be based off their major characters that survive. They said war was bad for business, and I feel a war brewing. Yeah, and then what did Boba said? Boba said, like, he didn't say bring it. He just said, then we'll be ready, I think he said. But yeah, now he doesn't have any Tuskens. Well, he doesn't have those particular Tuskens at his, if he needs help or to the rescue. So they might be out of the picture now completely as an ally for Boba, or maybe not, as Josh mentioned earlier, because he may seek to join other Tuskens in the little time he has before he meets Mando and gets his ship back. Dr. Aphra series, I'd have to read the comics to be more interested in those characters. I would like to see the badass robots, without a doubt. They seem pretty cool. Reading the comics, can you tell if she has a British accent? Like, Mark probably says yes, but I don't know. I don't know. Comics aren't the same unless you have a backstory or maybe a live action version to voice the character. But it'd be interesting to see if that new character is going to expand her role in the Star Wars universe, perhaps in comics or video games and whatnot. His understanding of Tusken culture could help him unite the tribes to help him later down the road. Yes, absolutely. How big do their tribes get? Do they really have that many numbers on this planet? Are they the largest population on Tatooine? Is that something anyone's confirmed? They did bring up that the Tatooine used to be a water planet in the past. That's been brought up in 2 of the 3 episodes now. Hasbro doesn't make Vespas. I'm done. Well, definitely they could make them in a vintage collection, a kids line. They'd be great for that mission fleet. They could have a 5-pack of them because the price point's actually pretty good on those. $20, you get 4 figures. He's with the Tuscans in Mandalorian. Well, Mando's with the Tuscans, but which is Mando with is Boba with some new Tuscans that aren't black garbed. I don't recall. I haven't watched Mando in a year. Telling you, Boba is going to lead the charge, riding his Rancor, leading Bo-Katan, Din Djarin, the Mandalorians, Tuscans, and an underworld army against the Imperial remnants on Mandalore. Wow, that would be a whole new series or a movie. But that would be a pretty badass fight. And he'll be crowned the new Mandalore. So instead of Din Djarin, does Din Djarin die in this battle? Boom. Oh, wow, Josh. Well, you can buy that Squirrel Girl Marvel Legends and just take the wheels off and you got yourself start to that speeder. Put some chrome on it. Use your chrome pen mark. Be flashing. Yeah, they mentioned a big movie. Is the big movie going to be, Siege of Mandalore Part 2? Is that planet occupied by anybody now? No, I don't think any of them are Mandalorians. It's a way of life. It's if you say Mandalorian, I guess you're a Mandalorian. He takes his helmet off a lot though, and you hear the sound from his oxygen. Mark, not gasoline, oxygen. It will be the big final crossover. We will discover that Thrawn has something important going on there in secret. Yeah, someone's got to be building a Death Star 3 and call it Death Star 3, the world breaker. I don't know. But yeah, we need definitely a planet killer. Maybe Ezra and Ahsoka and Sabine will be in the fight too. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to see Ezra and Thrawn be the 2 big characters that make their debut in live action on the Ahsoka show. I don't think any of them even get mentioned in this show, including Ahsoka. I don't think she adds to his story right now. I think that female Tusken adds something to the story. She's important for some reason. Papa Palps, okay. Yes, there's got to be some other allies besides the Black Krantz and Tuskens, because he's got a bunch of teenagers, 2 Gamorreans, 3 or 4 droids that we've seen. He's already trying to kick this guy out of town. The guy selling water. Lower your prices. Curious what these characters add to the show. The youth bikers. Yeah, World Devastator. That's what I'm thinking. They need a new weapon. And is Thrawn the ultimate leader of this new remnant army? Snoke, man, that'd be a weird name to bring up, eh? Do you think we see Cobb Vanth? I definitely think we see Cobb Vanth. I think we kind of saw a quick show of how he got Boba's armor, but we haven't seen any history of him in the city as the sheriff with the armor. Did he fight some Nitkos? Did he fight some other, bad people, the biker kids? He's in a different city, right? Star Killer Base, Death Star 3. Yeah, that's canon, right? Ezra training Grogu. Wouldn't Luke be training Grogu, being the Jedi Master? Omega is Snoke. It's true. It's all true. Someone has to be Snoke. He have to remember that it is all building to the sequel, so yeah, Snoke will pop up again. Yeah, but if he doesn't get tied to it, we're all happy with that, right? It's not something we'll complain about. I think we'll be happy if they don't bring up Snoke's name again. Maybe in a book. Explain something in a book. I definitely think Mega has already popped up. And she's that female Tusken. I'm sticking to it. And she's not the Tusken, she's the armorer. And I still think it's her. Boba season 2 of Bad Batch, yeah, because he'd be half this age, right? He'd be 20 something, wouldn't he? He wouldn't be a kid anymore. He'd be a little older. He would have, I would think he'd have the same armor in its original paint. Because he did have a crazy armor in the cartoons, different helmet, kind of boosh looking. Also got the Eternals dropping on Disney Plus as of now as well. So you better watch that over the next week or so. Because I've never seen it. He has to kill Cad Bane, and we discovered that he has history with Fennec, which is why he saved her. Yeah, we're gonna have to see him save her. I almost thought we were gonna see that tonight when he went up and when he saw that smoke. I thought, oh, is that where Fennec is, dying or dead? Then I was, very sad to see it wasn't. It was the Tuscans. So yeah, there's a flashback we'll see. We'll definitely see him find Fennec. We'll see him find Slave One or get Slave One. And I still think he confronts Bib Fortuna as a bald guy in a black robe. Why are they so comfy around each other? Who's that? Boba and Fennec? Lots of bounty hunter trips together? I don't know. They obviously have a history. Saving a life leaves you being loyal, like a Chewbacca. And now this Cranston guy, he's a Wookiee. Does he have a life debt to Boba Fett? I kind of think if he's a Wookiee, he might. He didn't give him to the Hutts, and the Hutts would have just killed him. Yeah, I need something to fall asleep to. Externals. Yeah, exactly. 5 minutes. Z's. I think we'll see their history in Bad Batch. Yeah, we're going to see, definitely, we're going to see Fennec again. Otherwise, there's no reason why they would have ever introduced her. I don't think Fennec could be that Tusken, could she? She's a good fighter. Was there any story of Fennec being in hiding? Do we know if Fennec can communicate with Tuskens? We haven't seen any communication at all or scenes with Fennec and Tuskens. That could mean something. I don't remember which point you meant, but yeah, Fennec. Where's Fennec? Who hires Fennec to hunt Mando? Yeah, Black K is definitely giving me an ally. I think that's what you're saying, Josh. I kind of thought that right away when he kind of gave Boba Fett almost that head nod, that bounty hunter nod that Boba's so famous for. So I don't think Boba really saves BK. He just didn't sell him, so he ran off. He did run off. I bet you that the Black K's got a cool spaceship. Maybe we'll get to see that. Definitely want to see any new spaceships. They showed that big cruiser ship was the one that the Pikes came in on. whether they were fighters or businessmen or dealers. I'm not sure. The point about the life debt, yeah, that's a Wookiee thing. Maybe someone else saves his life, Fennec or the Marshal. We need a new duo. Kira. Does Kira have a history with the Black K? Yeah, I definitely think he's a good guy now, and we won't have to worry about him. And yeah, I still want the female Tusken. I want to know where she is. Oh, sorry if the audio was messed up there. Okay, anyone else got any big surprises I missed? Danny Trejo, coolest thing we saw today. Maybe we see Han in an upcoming episode. Maybe we see Bosk. We're definitely going to see a couple more, things for us older guys to like. I was very happy with this episode. I'm going to give it this is my second favorite episode. I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. I really liked this episode. There was a good fight scenes. We got to see a Rancor again. We know we're gonna see Boba riding a Rancor now. Danny Trejo's gonna train him to ride a Rancor. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode as much as I did. If you didn't vote in that poll, please do, just to keep it at 100%. That's rad. That means a lot more people like this episode, and we'll have a lot more spreading of love. I look forward to seeing other people's opinions over the next few days on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook, wherever people post their comments. Don't post any spoilers for a couple days. Keep it to your private messages and stuff to your buddies that have seen it, or go chat in the live stream when Paul and Bailey and Josh go on. If Josh is here, remind me of that day. I know you guys are about 3 days after, right? If not, on the weekend. One of the more fun shows to join when we talk about these episode reviews. Those guys are a lot of fun, and I give them a lot of credit for doing this. But try doing it by yourself. It's not so fun. Han will be there. Season 2 of Mandalorian Luke moment. Season 2. I don't think they're waiting till season 2. I think we're getting somebody this year. I don't think Cad Bane is our drop our drawers Grogu moment or Luke season 2 moment. We need someone better than Grogu. Lots of member berries, jiggly bits. Hey, Rolando, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you like the episode. Yeah, Josh, keep up the good work, man. I know that's tough to be put on the spot when Paul in the chat's asking you questions and muting you and whatnot when you disagree with them, but everyone's got different opinions on the show. Hopefully it's enough to people keep subscribing and watch the next episode. Thursday at 9 p.m. EST, 6 p.m. PST. There you go, guys. So if you don't already regularly subscribe to fellow members Josh and Mark at Blue Harvest Toys, actually Josh is showing up on Paul's channel there, but make sure you watch his review here. This is where oh, come on, show me what I'm talking about. This is where the pros go. And I thought that was a great show tonight by the Hollow Chronicles with Paul. Awesome to see him getting the love as he's deserved. Those guys did really great. Haven't seen it yet? Then I won't say anything else, Rolando. We'll end it on that. Go watch it. If not, watch it again. Thanks for stopping by, guys. This will get better every week. Please subscribe and like this video. Thank you.